Jace Lejeune from Gridiron Football. I would have said Gridiron Football Media Days, but I guess this is part of our Gridiron Football Media Days right here to Tri Pair 7-on-7. We're proud sponsors of it. We always love coming here, Coach, especially right before the season. 4th of July, after 4th of July, you get right into football season. So we're here to talk about the St. Edmund Blue Jays in 2025. Y'all had a great season last year.
Yes.
A lot of really great moments, deep playoff run. So talk about last year, how really some special moments last year.
It was just really a lot of special moments, a lot of records that we broke. I mean, offensively, and just a lot of good things that we did. On both sides of the ball and on special teams even. It was just a great group, a great senior class with some really good juniors and some fill-in guys who are sophomores. This year, St. Ed's is a small school. We only have 130 kids in our high school, and so when we have 50 on our football team. If you're a boy, you're playing football, or you helping do something with the football team. And we have a great film crew. We have that are also boys. So all the boys are doing something. When we have a pep rally, there's no boys in the bleachers. Everybody's down on the field, on the court. So it was a good crew, and it was hard to watch them go. I saw Lashney do an interview in college, and he said, he was almost crying. He said to see these seniors go, to see those seniors go was really hard for me, man. It was really a great year. I got Coach of the Year in the district, and Coach of the Year with the Saints gave me Coach of the Week one time. And it was all because of them. I told him, I said, you don't get awards like that unless it's because of your teams being successful. And so it was a great year. So much to remember.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think for a while, you're like the state's leaders in scoring. I mean, for a while, we're really up there. But
we broke the scoring record here by 110 points, and we didn't make it all the way to the final. So could you imagine?
Right, exactly. Now we'll talk about 2025. The guy that was really the leader for y'all, Kane West. So all those records you talked about, he's graduated, he's gone. But you got a really talented quarterback leading the way this year. Might as well talk about that high-scoring Blue Jay offense and as a whole and how they really looked.
I think people think we're going to miss a lot. I think you're mistaken if you think we're going to be down. I told the boys, I said, we're not rebuilding, we're reloading. We might not have the depth we had previous year, but we're going to be very good, very explosive. We're going to score a lot of points. We get a lot of people open. We have a really good RPO package. And we got a really good running back. Driggs is a junior this year. Last year in a backup role, he ran for almost 600 yards. Thank you for coming, Coach. And it was just it was a great year, great fun, a lot of fun, man, with that team. And, so Driggs is going to have a big season, and I really feel like Wyatt Dubois, he was a defensive expert for us last year. I mean, he did everything for us defensively. But this year he's going to play both sides of the ball, and, man, I think that heads are going to turn, man. You ain't seen this kid yet.
Yeah, well, we're going to see him tomorrow at our media day, so looking forward to catching up with Wyatt. You talked about Wyatt, how he's one of the top players coming back for you defensively. Talk about some of the other guys. Charles is coming tomorrow. Talk about some of the top guys for y'all this year.
Big Charles Saunier. Guys, we run the ball really well out of the spread, and it can't get that done unless you have a really solid tackle. Charles, one of the best tackles in the district. Reminds me of the big lineman from Catholic of Point Capee last year. He did a real good job against him last year. That was probably our go-to last year was our line. We were solid on the line, and we returned just about everybody except for a couple guys on the line. That's where if we had to say we're the deepest at or where we're at, that's where it's at. And so Charles is going to do a great job. Clay Aguilar is going to do a great job at the pulling guard. Clay was all-state last year pulling guard. And Charles on that tackle. And we're going to run the ball, man. That's what we want to do. People see us in the spread and they start thinking, y'all go throw it, they go throw it. And we will if you give it to us, but we really want to run it, Right. And so we're going to run the ball, and Driggs is going to have a big season. And like you said, Nathan Zomberg is going to have a good year slinging it. And we hope that we run it well enough to get people wide open.
Sure. And you talked about the offense. Offense should be really good this year for y'all. But talk about the defense side of the football. You talked about your safety wide, but talk about how that side of the ball is going, because that defense has to be on point if they want to go for a state championship this year.
That's the whole thing for us. It's state championship or bust kind of thing, And the deal is, we returned Wyatt Dubois MVP of the district, on the defensive side, and now we're making him on offense. But Wyatt can do, Wyatt does a lot for us at safety. Owen Cart does a lot for us at safety. Lanny Reed does a lot for us at defensive back. Michael Perron is going to join that mix this year. People like Paxton Myers and Cam Lohr, all those guys are going to be back this year. Clay Aguilar is going to go both ways and play linebacker. Ben Miller is going to play the other linebacker, does a real good job at linebacker. We're just going to have a solid D-line too. I mean, one guy I haven't really mentioned a lot is Benji Gilry. Benji's going to play on offense and defense. Benji is probably our most improved player this year, lived in the weight room. He's going to be our other tackle. when you see him get off the bus, Benji looks like an LSU offensive lineman. Big, tall kid, but he's never really got a chance to be injured a lot. Got hurt all last season, so we can keep him healthy. And on the defensive side, Landon Marketel, he's a big UFC fighter, hasn't played football, was going to play and got in a skiing accident, had to have a bone added into his leg, couldn't play football. Going to be out there this year. Listen, he's a dangerous man. I've never seen anybody jump rope like him. He's a definite fighter. Looks like Rocky when he jumps rope. So Landon's going to have a great year. And the music and everything, man. I mean, it's CrossFit. We work out at, so you got to play the music. But yeah, man, look, I'm really proud of our team. We're not as deep as we were last year, but we got everything there to be able to make a run.
Absolutely, Coach. Talk about the schedule coming up. I know at the Catholic Bowl, y'all go every single year, Frisco, and really measure how y'all do against the state of Texas, which y'all really do a great job in that bowl game the last couple of years. But I know Annie will be there. But talk about that game, obviously, and the rest of the schedule this year.
Well, the Catholic Bowl is unbelievable, man. It's phenomenal. We go on the Friday night and we do a big mass with the Bishop of Fort Worth and the Bishop of Dallas put on this big mass. And if you're not a Catholic school, you don't know what that means. But at a Catholic school, if the bishop comes, it's a big thing, and especially at a big city like that, man. And our priest goes, our deacon Mike will be in the mass. It'll be a huge mass, and they're going to put it on in one of the big churches there in Arlington. This year, we're not playing at the Star in Frisco. We're going to go to the Texas Rangers old stadium, which is now Choctaw Stadium, and it's going to be a huge, unbelievable experience, man. I mean, the kids, it's almost like playing in a state championship, but it's a big atmosphere type game like that. And I go every year because when they invite us to go, we always go, and we've beaten all of them, and I don't want to miss out on beating a team from Texas. You know what I mean? Our boys love to run out of the tunnel with the Louisiana flags and American flags, and it's just a big thing for our kids. Our kids love doing it. And look, the people come out and donate. We had car washes and some other things, and we raised all kind of money to pay for all of it. It's a great experience for the kids. The rest of our schedule is really cool, man. We're going to open up with Elton. Elton was our old district rival. Good experience. Played Elton last year. It's the second year of our contract. 6 home games and the Catholic Bowl. I think we're only on the road to go to Ville Platte and Opelousas and Carencro. Okay. So we don't have to use the bus as much this year, man. It's going to be fun this season. Everything's got to come through us. And that's whenever I set up the schedule, I set it up for this class to have everybody come here, and you got to come here and beat us. Opelousas Catholic has to come here and beat us. Catholic of Point Capilla has to come here and beat us. It's a different atmosphere here. It's a different attitude here. Fan base is unbelievable. Y'all weren't here last year. We had a flyover last year with a crop duster for the Sacred Heart game. It was fantastic, man. It was awesome. I mean, it was you don't get stuff like that in big cities, right? And so just a different atmosphere, man.
Yeah, it really is, Coach. And just the atmosphere of the school, I mean, it's really a tight-knit community. And that's why we love coming here every single year. Just for a 7-on-7 tournament, you can really see how everybody's really close with each other. But, I mean, you've been here for a little bit, Coach, and, talk about just how special really this community really is.
Well, I went to high school here. It's special to me. It means a lot to me. I know the city marshals that work our games. I know everything that, everybody. Mr. Greg Peaches is a head referee in Alexandria. We use the Alexandria Association. They do a great job. Very professional. They do a great job. We love having them here. Our administration's good. Our Booster Club's good. Our coaches are good. Everybody's doing this for the right reasons. They're doing it for the kids, kind of like you guys do at Gridiron. I mean, y'all doing it for the right reasons, man. And, thank you guys for coming and being a part of this. This is a 16 team. Everybody in the area comes to this. If it got rained out earlier, it's a huge tournament. Yep. Hey, I had a 10-team waiting list. When it got rained out, I had 3 or 4 teams that couldn't have their quarterback this week, couldn't make it. I just made like 3 or 4 phone calls. It was full again. Yeah. I got a team calling. I got Calvary Baptist calling from Shreveport. I got people calling from all over the state trying to get in this tournament. And we haven't expanded that big yet, but we will expand it next year. And it's just, it's just a fun time. I've seen kids from other schools that's not playing in this tournament that were here watching the tournament. Yeah. I mean, so it's just it's a fun community gathering, and, it makes a little extra money for us too.
Yeah, we're really excited to be a part of it and help sponsor it for you. And it's a great, big event every single year, and it's getting bigger and bigger. So, absolutely, Coach. And final question, like you said, big home schedule. That Blue Jay Field's going to be rocking this year all across the whole regular season. So, give a shout out to the fans and why they should be excited for this year's version of the Blue Jays.
Get excited. We're going to score some points, man. We're going to score some points. That's what we do over here. We score a lot of points. We've broken just about every record in school history, and not just last season. If you add up what we've done, 3 years in a row we've had 1,800-yard running back. Yeah. That just doesn't happen in high school, especially 3 years in a row. We broke the school record 3 years in a row. This year I don't think anything different. I mean, Driggs is only a junior with a solid, 2 all-state offensive linemen on the line. We should be able to run the ball again this year. We're going to be pretty solid running it, and we're going to be pretty dangerous passing it. And defensively, man, we're going to hit you. We're We're going to hit you. We hit you in 7-on-7. Other people complain that we're hitting too much in 7-on-7. I mean, our kids, when they put on a helmet, they want to hit. And we're going to be young, man. There's going to be some young guys, too, that's got to step up and play. So come out there, enjoy the games, and see what we have to offer, man. I think you'll enjoy it.
Absolutely, Coach. Always a pleasure catching up with you.
Jason.
And obviously, thank you so much for helping us with the bowl game year in, year out. And we can't wait for this year.
What you guys do for the community, you and Andy, is unmatched. All right, and no matter what everybody says, they're crazy. You guys do so much for these kids, and what people aren't doing to help them get college scholarships, y'all are doing, and we're very thankful here at St. Ed's.
Absolutely, Coach. Appreciate it. For more on the St. Edmund Blue Jays, we'll have an in-depth season preview magazine on St. Edmund and all of our schools that come to our media day. So if you're a St. Edmund fan, want to get your football fix right before kickoff, make sure you go to our website or a preview magazine at gridironfootballusa.com.